They say your life can change in an instant. Mine, it changed in the time it takes to lose control of the steering wheel. And while my heart should have been racing from fear, it was the stranger's eyes in the headlights that truly stopped it. It was one of those nights that feel like they're made of glass, cold, fragile, and ready to shatter at the slightest touch. The rain had been falling all evening, painting the roads in a slick, treacherous shine. I wasn't supposed to be there, but heartbreak makes you reckless. One fight with my boyfriend, one too many, and I grabbed my keys, ready to drive anywhere but home. Streetlights blurred into golden streaks through my windshield as the storm whispered against the glass. I kept telling myself I was fine, but deep down, I knew I was just running. The turn came too fast, my tires lost grip, and in a heartbeat, the world tilted. Headlights flashed from the opposite lane. I remember the sound first, the sharp screech of brakes, the crash of metal, the rush of my own pulse in my ears. When my car stopped spinning, I was frozen, gripping the steering wheel like it was my last anchor to life. And then I heard it, a knock on my window. Through the rain and shattered nerves, I saw him. A man, soaked to the bone, his hair plastered to his forehead, eyes wide with concern. He pulled the door open gently. "Are you hurt?" His voice was deep, calm, like it was pulling me back from the chaos inside my head. I shook my head, but tears betrayed me. My hands were trembling too much to undo the seatbelt, so he leaned in, careful, steady, and helped me out. We stood there on the side of the road, rain running down our faces. I didn't know his name, but his presence, it felt safe. He told me his car had skidded too, but he saw me lose control and swerve to avoid the worst. "You could have been seriously hurt," he said, his brow furrowed. My car wasn't going anywhere, neither was his. He suggested we wait for the tow trucks at the cafe a block away. Inside, the air was warm, scented with coffee and cinnamon. We sat across from each other, our wet clothes steaming faintly in the heat. We talked, not about the accident, but about life. He was a musician, he said, between gigs. I wasn't sure what I was anymore. Somewhere between the laughter at shared stories and the comfortable silences, I realized my hands had stopped shaking. An hour passed, the rain soft outside, but I didn't want to leave. When the tow truck finally called, I felt a pang in my chest. I didn't want this strange, unexpected bubble of safety to pop. As we stepped outside, he paused, looking at me with that same concern from the roadside. Only now, there was something warmer in his eyes. "I'm glad you're okay," he said softly. I found myself smiling, genuinely for the first time in weeks. We exchanged numbers, almost awkwardly, like neither of us wanted to admit how much we wanted to see each other again. Over the next weeks, we talked. Coffee became dinners. Dinners became nights spent under the same roof, where I'd listen to his guitar and feel that same sense of safety I'd felt on the rain-slick road. One night, as the city lights blinked outside his window, I told him, "You know, the night we met, I thought I was losing control." He smiled, brushing a hand through my hair. "Maybe you were. But sometimes losing control is how you find what you didn't know you were looking for." And in that moment, I knew the night I lost control wasn't my downfall. It was the night I found him. Do you have a story you'd like to share? You can upload it right here. If chosen, we'll produce and animate it just like this one.